The event marks the 50th anniversary of the Hoerkwaggo Commission, appointed in 1973 by the then apartheid government. It was set up to investigate matters pertaining to the colored population group. 3 years later, in 1976, the Commission's recommendations were regarded as too drastic and were disregarded by the National Party government. However, almost 30 years into democracy, the racial classification of citizens in government administrative documents persists.
The question is, why 50 years later is it still necessary to talk about South Africans in terms of different race groups, in terms of the impact of government policies on these different race groups? Why have, in my own question, in my own address today, will be the dilemmas that the Hoerkwaggo Commission faced, and also the dilemmas that the Hoerkwaggo Commission created, not just for the so-called colored people, but for the government and for the people of South Africa as a whole. Why are those dilemmas back with us? It seems to me that even now, 50 years later, the South African government, the ANC government, has, against our constitution, again divided us into racial classified groups.
The Indaba interrogated, among others, ways and means to get out of the language and cultural trappings of the apartheid era. This, it has been suggested, can be achieved by new ways and methods of learning and teaching, including art and culture.
This is actually relevant nowadays because our kids love TikTok and the music and what's going around. Our kids are more technology now. So what I do is I implement music. And it's so relevant to nowadays because that's on our kids' level. So I'm on their level now, so the teaching can be better. So I use the music that it's in their daily lives to make sure that they understand the work better and to do the best because they understand the words word for word with the music.
We all must understand that being colored is not being a part of a race, it's a culture. Culture is something totally different. It has nothing to do with ethnicity or so. It has to do with your life, with your music, with the way that you express yourself, the way you live. That is a culture.
The Hoerkwaggo Indaba attempts to find new solutions to old problems, especially around the social, racial, and cultural identity, economic and political challenges facing communities.
This Indaba is not about identity. It is about finding new solutions to old problems, socio-economic problems, and even political problems in what is called colored communities. So we have gathered a number of speakers who, from different perspectives, is shedding light on those challenges.
The speakers at the Indaba agreed that what has been ascribed to them as their social and ethnic identity is merely a divisive tool. Mlamli Maneli, SABC News, Cape Town.